Okay, I'll try to keep this at 60 seconds, but every story has a core idea, right? So Jesus completely changing your life and turning it around is the core idea of your testimony, correct? So people get bored of that. People get bored of Jesus just changing your life around or you growing up in a Christian family and then completely changing, or being in a past hard life and then changing. It's all repetitive. It seems repetitive to people. And so how can we change this? Well, what angle can you address your testimony in to leave people remembering it truly? To leave people like, oh, that was a really good testimony because that was different. That was literally so different than anyone else I've ever heard. And so this is the angle that you need to go at. Hey, Jesus did change my life around. He did completely turn my life around and give me such an amazing aspect of looking at life and such an amazing reality to live in. But people already know that. People already know that's why you're standing up there to tell your testimony. So change that fact. I literally told my testimony right here. It was amazing to structure it different than everyone else. Spend 50% of your time on the hook and how you close out. 50%, 50%, 50% of your time spent writing out this testimony is going to be spent on the actual hook. What I say to captivate you. So when you open up on stage and people are, whoa. When you open on video, people are, whoa. Because it's an amazing hook. And then when you close out, they're going to be like, oh, I remember that. That was an amazing line. I want to hold on to that. I want to take notes. Right? They're going to hold on to it, be impacted, be absolutely changed by your testimony, that God has worked through you. Now, third thing, note cards versus Notes app. Why are you using the Notes app? Okay, I literally feel like kind of freaking out because everyone tries to use the Notes app when they can actually write it on note cards. Well, you might be too lazy to use note cards, but if you use note cards, using blue pen helps you remember 35% more. So might as well use a blue pen. But then also when you use note cards, you're actually writing out your ideas on paper, which are very beneficial to you remembering. What did the scribes of the Bible do? Well, they handwritten the Bible. They handwrote the Bible. Handwritten, wow. Handwrote the Bible. With God working through them, right? But what if you just prayed, sat down, hand wrote? Maybe you need to type it up at first, but then you hand wrote stuff that you typed out. It's going to make it a lot better for your memory, a lot better for you to recite, because you can work through those note cards. And that goes with the last point. Record yourself over and over. Open up your MacBook, open up your phone, open up your Windows laptop, hit record over and over and over. Practice. Have your note cards. At first you're going to be like this, looking up and down. And by the end, you're going to be just check and then fine. You're going to put away your notes because you can say everything, because you've locked in on everything, and because you remember your testimony. It is literally about you. So if you have a few main points that you want to speak on, write those down. But you need to be able to look at people, make eye contact. And if you have stage fright, if you are actually speaking this in front of a lot of people, the best trick is when you're looking into the crowd and you see all these people, it's not all these people. You're only speaking to one person. Look at one person at a time. And when you're doing that, you are only speaking to one person. I'm speaking to one person right now. I don't need to be afraid. I'm speaking to one person. I don't care how many views you see below this video. I'm speaking to one person. One person this is going to help, and I know that. And so that's why I create these videos. That's why you're telling your testimony. It's good to help one person. So if you want help creating content, I have a new program right down below. It's literally only $27 a month right now for the first 10 people to get in. Just see if you're interested, if you'd like to grow your channel and talk about Christ-like things and inspire other Christians to walk on the journey that God has put them on. So just check that out, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye. I know it was longer than 1 minute, I'll see you in the next one.